Cloud. Okay, it is February 17th, our PS call. Stop that right now. My phone is going crazy. Okay, so we have a big week ahead of us. It is already past the middle of the month. I felt like January lasted forever and then February is like flying by. Maybe it's like picking up. I don't know. But this is the week that in your month, I know you always have a marketing flow, right? You always have a game plan. Fill a challenge group early so I can hit Success Club. We have calls so it pushes momentum. But like, if you aren't where you want to be right now in the month, you got to course correct. And you got to be like, okay, new start date. How am I going to improvise? How am I going to create urgency this week? Not wait until the last of the month, the last day to say the sale is ending, blah, blah. Like, we're the CEO, you guys. You make the rules for your business. So if you're not where you want to be, today's the day to like make it happen. All right. I just wanted to share a couple things as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about. First of all, make sure you get on the National Wake Up Call. Angie I love her. I love her to death. She's so down to earth. And when you look at her social media, you'd be like, dude, that girl's like, she's one of those untouchables. She posts like a blogger. Everything is aesthetically pleasing. It's like beautiful. If you go to her YouTube channel, she does all this, like she vlogs. That's like where the majority of her growth has come from. But she's so normal and she's so smart, so business savvy. She was on the top 10 trip with me last year. And we talked about so many different things because we're so different. Like if you put us side by side, we are like polar opposites, but we're still successful, both of us. We still build differently. You know what I mean? So like it's just such a testament. I loved getting to know her because anyone can be successful and it doesn't matter what you do, like how you do it, what feels good to you. It just matters that the core stuff is the core stuff, the vital behaviors, expanding, connecting, like how you do that doesn't matter. It matters that you do it, right? She's not on Instagram every single day, finding girls, connecting with them, inviting them. She is creating incredible content on her vlog and attracting hundreds of thousands of people that watch it because she spends time curating, she spends time editing, and she spends time doing all of that stuff to bring in her tribe, to bring in her people about her home decor and about her crazy like holiday obsessions. And she like, it's insane what she spends time doing, yet it's the fundamental stuff. It's bringing people in. She then ties in, hey, this is my workout routine. This is my morning routine. If you need help, let me help you. And she ties in her invites into what she's doing. So I love that this business is like, you can do it however you want. You just have to be doing the fundamental things. You have to be getting on people's radar. You have to be adding value. You have to be serving others. And then you have to be constantly inviting, whatever that looks like. I actually am speaking on the National Wake Up Call next Monday. And it's all on inviting. And I'm like, oh, how fitting. This is like the story of our life, what we've been talking about, right? So, yeah, that's scary, but it's fine. I'm super excited. I'm telling myself that. Okay, so make sure you get on the National Wake Up Call. It's going to be solid. One of the other things I just posted about this in the threads, Jamie Shepard reached out to me last night and she asked me to be a part of this. They call it the entrepreneur something, where it's a month-long training that dives deep into the comp plan, building strategy, like really getting you guys business smart so that you understand how to really grow this and do this right. Moira Kusaba, Lindsay Stay, like a bunch of other 15-star leaders, and then some of their top leaders. And it's going to be solid. I wouldn't have accepted if I didn't think it was going to be a huge value resource to you guys, because I know our time is limited, but that's going to be a solid place to spend it. So in order to qualify for that group, that training, you've got to be at least an Emerald coach. You have to hit Success Club in February because it doesn't matter. You don't need to know how to make money if you're not helping people, period. You just got to help people first. So you got to hit Success Club in February, and you have to have added at least 2 new coaches since January. Okay. So just a heads up, and I'm going to open that up to our entire downline. So yes, exactly. So make sure your people know about it. I don't care if they signed up yesterday. They have time to hit Success Club, get to Emerald. And if they get to Emerald, they add their two new coaches. Okay. So make sure your team knows about it. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about today is I was really thinking, okay, what do we need to talk about? What do they need to hear? And I was thinking about a few things. A few things kept coming into my brain. One, at the Elite weekend, one of the nights we decided not to go out like we had originally planned, and we stayed in and we watched the Taylor Swift documentary. If you have not watched that, she says a few F-bombs, she uses some language. I still think it's worth it. It was so good, and just helping you see the amount of work ethic, the amount of grit, the amount of passion, the amount of evolution that has to happen no matter what industry you're in, right? She is not the same artist that she was when she started, but it all started because she had a love of music. And then as she progressed and as she dealt with haters and as she dealt with all of the hard stuff and all of these hardships that we will never, ever have to go through, ever, ever, ever. I'm like, holy crap, I do not want to be you ever. That would be so hard. But she does it with such grace, and she does it, and she's been able to evolve because her mission has evolved with her career. And I think for us, that's so important lots of us start to get healthy. We start for a solution for us. We start for accountability. We start for community. We start for one reason. And then as we dive into this, it becomes a little bit more. And then we want to help our family, right? And then as we get even deeper, we want to help our coaches, and we want to help the women that we connect with on social media, and we want to use our platform for better good. And I'm just speaking to myself. I'm not saying this is what you have to be about. This is just how it happened in my brain. And then we're like, okay, we've been given this gift and this opportunity to equip women to live their best life. And then we want to and it evolves, right? And it evolves. And then I feel like as it evolves, as long as we're keeping the core fundamentals at the core of our business, that's how growth happens. That's how you never get burnt out. If you're fueled by your mission and your purpose, you're never going to get burnt out from doing the essential things. You're always going to show up because it becomes a part of who you are. It's not something you have to do every day. It's something who you are as an individual, right? And as I was doing my my gratitudes and my left-hand writing this morning, this quote was on the next page, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so good. And it says, habits are safer than rules. You don't have to watch them, and you don't have to keep them either. They keep you. You guys, that is like everything. And that's where it has to happen. When we do our affirmations every single morning and you step into that, who you are and who you want to be and who you want to become, it no longer becomes like, oh, I have to do this. It becomes who you are. It becomes ingrained. The 4 vital behaviors, your power hour, the essential things in the business become part of what you do every day because it's who you are. It's your habit. It basically it's your paradigm that runs you, right? And the blessing of it all is that the fundamental activities and what we have to do to be successful is blessing our life. And so in my gratitudes today, I sat down and I specifically focused my 10 gratitudes around what Beachbody's done for me, what it's done for our family. And as I was listing these things, I was like, why would I ever step away from this, ever? And if you really get clear on what this is and what it can be and intertwine it in everything that you want in life, that's where you find your sweet spot, because you're fueled so internally that the external stuff will happen and you'll hit your goals and you'll reach those things. But it's the internal fuel and desire that's fueled by your mission and your purpose that keeps you showing up and keeps you consistent and keeps you creating a better version of you. And that is where success happens. And so I want you guys to just get clear on your purpose and your mission today. Okay. We've gotten clear on your desires. We've gotten clear on what you want out of life. But what is your purpose and your mission? Because I feel like, hi baby. Because that is what's going to keep you showing up on the good days and especially on the bad days. because part of my mission, my purpose is to spread joy. If you're spiritual at all, men are that they might have joy. Like, we are on this earth to have joy. And I feel like I have this solution that is able to equip anyone to have more joy in their life. When they feel better, they're going to act better towards people. When they're healthy, they're going to have more joy. When they're positive and they get to a better mindset, they're going to have more joy. When they develop better habits, they're going to be a better mom. And when I'm a good mom, that brings me more joy. So what are you passionate about? What are you here for? And that wasn't how it was at the beginning, you guys. I didn't sign up to coach because I wanted to spread joy and I wanted to help women be their best, whatever. That's not why I started. I started because I needed this. I was a yo-yoer. I needed a solution and I found what worked for me. But over time, I have stepped into what brings me passion, what brings me joy, and what lights me up. And that's what keeps me showing up 7 years. Hey, babe, he's in the gym. You want to go get him? He's in the gym. Finley's walking around. Daddy. Okay. So I want you guys to get super clear on your passion and your purpose. And if you're LDS, go read your Patriarchal Blessing, because there are blanket statements in mine that say this, and I am on the right track. And you know what fuels you? Knowing that you are in alignment with what God made you for. So make sure that you're reading that frequently. Same with you, anyone. Make sure you're praying about it. Make sure you're like involving a higher source, involving the universe, whatever your religion is. It's not surface level. Like, this is big stuff that we get to do every single day. Okay. So when I first started, I remember watching a video that Christine Dwyer did it. And she was presenting the coach opportunity, and it was like a biz op video. And one of the things that she said is, as coaches, we live fit out loud. And I was like, okay, we really do. Like, we live it, but then we also share it and we live it out loud. We don't just do these things. Well, I want to take it next level. Like, we live our mission out loud. We live our mission out loud. Are you passionate about motherhood? Okay, then live that out loud. Connect with other mothers. Connect with other things that you're passionate about. And then you still have the solution that's going to bless their life. Are you passionate about your faith? Live your faith out loud. Share it. Be a positive light. And then you still have these solutions that you're able to help bless other people's life. Are you passionate about whatever? Live your mission out loud. And if we do that on social media, and if we do that in our life, just actually be what we're passionate about, be what we believe in, that is what's going to authentically connect you to your people. If you're the shell of a human that's going through the motions like robot beach body, burr, 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 no duh, you're not attracting the people that you want to connect with, because there's 500,000 other Beachbody coaches. But if you're living who you are, that is what draws your people in. That is what allows you to live with purpose every day. And one of my things that I have on my Rise Up Planner tracker that I do every day is post with purpose. Not just do a post. Don't throw a post up there and check off the box. What am I posting about today? What is the underlying theme? Am I trying to connect with women? Am I trying to empower them today? Am I trying to share real motherhood and just relate? Am I trying to, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason behind your post every single day. And we have this opportunity to do, like, that's such a blessing to have this platform to do whatever we want with it. Are you just like, sometimes it's just funny and it's mindless, and I just want to entertain a mom that's having a bad day in that moment. If they scroll through my post and they see something funny, I want them to have a little chuckle in the midst of the chaos. Like, there is a purpose behind everything. It doesn't always have to be like cut to the core, I'm speaking to your heart. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a reason. So just be mindful of that. Okay. So I want you guys to get clear on your purpose. Get clear on your purpose. There's no way that you will skip a day if you are clear. And I want you guys to understand the power of your affirmations and the Power of Life script. So I've been listening to it affirmations for a few weeks, not for a few weeks, since I started working with Danielle. So a couple months. My Power Life script for since I created it a week and a half ago. And you guys, it's so strange because it's not, and I was talking to Danielle about this last week. It's not like this black and white, like I see the light, everything's changing in my life. What happens is you listen to your Power Life script and you listen to your affirmations. It subconsciously, you guys, this is where it's powerful. You literally start to become that person. You literally start to behave that way. I can't tell you the last time that I legitimately unplugged 99% of the weekend. I can't tell you because I love what I do so much that that's so hard for me. Lots of you guys are the opposite. Sometimes you plug yourself in 1% and unplug 99%. Like there's a season, okay? So I'm not giving you permission to take your business to like unplug level. What I'm saying is I've never been able to do that because I absolutely I'm a worker. It's ingrained in me. But in my Power Life script, I say, I am in complete harmony with my business and my family life. We enjoy the weekends together, fully unplugged. And I'm hearing this every day. And you guys, this weekend, we spent the whole weekend together, decluttering our house, fixing up little odds and ends. Like, I don't do that crap. I don't do that stuff. But every single time I had like the inklings of, gosh, I need to fix this. Gosh, I need to paint that. Oh, I need to fill in this hole. And pretty soon, I'm like, that's what we should just spend the whole time doing. And I 100% attribute that to my Power Life script and my subconscious going, no, you live in complete harmony, Micah. You said you take the weekends off. You are fully engaged with your kids and with your husband. You love the home that you're in. You're this. And so subconsciously, I am acting that way. I'm creating the home that I love. I am creating the harmony that I want to feel. And it's not a conscious thing. It was subconscious, and then I acted on it. Like, it's weird. It's weird to say out loud because you're like, that's not even a big deal. It is a big deal. That is a new Micah next level to unplug for the whole weekend. Okay. So I'm telling you the power in this. Lots of you at the beginning are opposite of that. Lots of you guys need to make this a priority. You need to have set business hours. This needs to become a part of your life, a part of who you are, a part of how you're creating your dreams for your family. When you're saying those things to yourself every single day, there are women out there who are ready and willing to work hard for their dreams, and they're waiting for me to find them. Say that to yourself every single morning, and I dare you to try not to show up for those women that are waiting for you. I was on a one-on-one call with one of my new coaches, and I don't know if she's on, but we were chatting and she's like, it's funny because this is last week and I have goosebumps already just thinking about it. I had talked to her multiple times, you guys. I had sent her multiple share cards. She was ready to go multiple times and she never pulled the trigger. And I'm like, dude, what is the deal? Like, I'm so pumped to work with you. Why are you putting your brakes on this? And before we had one of our last sneak peeks, I reached out to her and I just said, hey girl, just want to check in, see if this is something you're still thinking about. She's like, actually, yeah, it is. I'm still thinking about it. I just blah, blah, blah. So she gets on the call. She messaged, or I don't even know if she got on the call. I think she listened to the recording. I followed up with her and she's like, hey, I'm ready to go. Let's go. She signs up. So on our one-on-one, she's like, it's funny because her kids are in school now. She's like, I've been kind of wondering what I need to be spending my time doing. She had this in her back pocket, you guys. I had talked to her multiple times. It wasn't like I just had barely come into her life. And she said, and I prayed that you would reach out if this was the right thing for me. And that day you messaged me. And I'm like, you guys, people are praying for a solution. They're praying for something. And when you don't show up, you are not able to be an instrument in Heavenly Father's hands, period. If you take this next level, this is not small. We are not playing small here. We are doing big things, but we are acting small. A simple message, a simple follow-up, doing my things I do to check the box and to fulfill what I said I was going to do. That is where the big miracles happen. That is where you create the big dreams, right? It's in the daily small things. If you guys haven't gotten this yet, get it right now. Get it. I'm going to read you this little section because I was reading it this morning. I feel like everything's inspired, so I'm just going to read it, okay? They're talking about, this whole section is so freaking good. She's talking about comparison. She's talking about envy. She's talking about fear. Obviously, fear is my homeboy. So she's talking about all of these things. But then right here, she says, it's hard to set goals and do the work when we don't know what it is that lights us up or what it is that we really want for ourselves. Once you have that clarity, you can start to put a plan in place. And fear hates plans because plans mean action and action means change. Yet what stops us is the fact that change is scary. The antidote, having a focused yet strategic roadmap. Enter the tracker, okay? Which means keeping your eye on the big picture of tomorrow while taking action on what matters today. This is another important superpower in the business you're running as the CEO of you. That's what we are. We're the CEO of you. And then she gives you an actual action plan. So she says, rock a 30-day year. I practice this focused hustle approach, and I call it my 30 rock. About 90% of my life and business is managed in 30-day windows. Success Club, new coach goal. That is why those are so important. Every 30 days, we have a clean slate to help new people. You have your non-negotiable Success Club. You have your I am going to add at least 4 coaches a month, no matter what, end of story. 30 days, 30-day rock. This means taking your big goals and breaking them down into actionable steps in shorter time frames. Think about any runner who's ever crossed the finish line. It all began when they signed up for the race. Then they ran their first mile, then the next, and so on. Before you know it, you've crossed the finish line and done the unthinkable. We don't need you to do it all right now. We just need you to start with the first step. When you bring things into smaller windows, you invite focus to the party, and fear can't stand up to focus. Now, this doesn't mean you aren't thinking about the big picture. You are, big time. But what matters the most is that what you are doing today, this week, and this month to make your dreams, goals, and desires a reality. What actions are you taking right now? Dreams without deadlines are just fairy tales. And as much as I love a Disney princess, I much prefer results. Deadlines give you results. This is what I preach over and over and over. You cannot set fluffy goals that have no urgency or no deadline. They are so instrumental. When you work in smaller segments, 30 rocks, you not only get laser focused, but you also get more confident. You start to make progress. You start to cross things off your list. You get momentum. All things bring fuel to the focus fire. Plus, working in 30-day windows gives you 12 New Year's Eves to check in with yourself, make any changes, pivot when necessary, and my favorite, to celebrate your success. Having a roadmap in place to help you focus on your goals will ensure you make the waves needed to advance yourself. You guys, that's Success Club in a nutshell. There is a reason we have a monthly Success Club goal. We cannot be successful without helping people every single month. Not the same people, new people every month. And we're helping our same people along the way because we have these systems in place. We have this rhythm and this flow, right? Ugh, it's just so good. So I need you guys to get clear on a few things as we wrap this up. Get off the call before you do anything else. What is your purpose? What is your mission? What are you here for? How is Beachbody intertwined with all of that? Sure, I could spread joy on my own. Sure, I could. No, I couldn't equip them. Like, there's so many things I can't do if I don't have Beachbody. There are some things that I can do, but what I've been really good at over the past 7 years is figuring out how to do the things I want and making for dang sure that Beachbody were a part of that. For my family, for my life, for my mission, for my goals, for my dreams, for everything that I want to do. How's Beachbody a part of this? That's the driving bus that's going to give me everything I want. Okay? So you've got to be super intentional about that, but you have to be driven internally. And that's where this lies. You have to get clear on that. And when, like she says, when you have that clarity, when you have that focus of what you're doing and what you're here for, then it's all about taking action and having a plan. And we have the plan, you guys. Commit to the tracker, 30-day windows, commit to it for 30 days at a time, and then do it, rinse and repeat over and over and over. You can evolve and you can figure out how you want to do stuff and how you want to do things along the way. But that's the how, you guys. So don't overcomplicate it. I want you guys to check in with yourself and figure out where you're at. It's the 17th. Are you at your goals yet? If you're not, what are you doing today to move closer to your goals? What are you doing this week to nail it down before the end of the month? The end of the month hustle is so overrated. Stop doing that to yourself. Pretend that this Friday is the end of the month. Pretend that the deadline is right in front of you and you've got 5 days. What type of follow-up are you doing? What type of invites are you sending out? What type of call to action are you doing today to get new conversations going? What type of poll are you putting up? How are you having conversations with new people to connect and genuinely be interested in what they're putting out? Every single thing that we put into our business is with focus and intention and with a purpose. If you're on your phone, if you're working your business, make it worth your time. Okay? What I do know is that you will get out of this what you put in. 100%. It might not be on your time clock. And you have to trust the process. You have to know that you are the biggest part of the equation. And you may not just be where you need to be yet in order to reach the goals you have. You may not be Kim level 2. You may not be Shauna 3.0. And that's what it's going to take for you to attract the type of women that are going to run, the type of women that are going to trust you. You may not be that version yet. I wasn't that version at the beginning. I'm still, that's what I love about this, you guys. We get to just revolutionize how we are as humans. That's our job, to level up. And then when you get there, you level up a little more. And then when you get there, you level up a little more. And as you do, that's when you start to attract your people. That's when you start to speak the language that it takes for people to trust you. That's what it takes for people to say, dude, she's been showing up for 8 months straight. I watched because I thought for sure she was going to give up by now, but she hasn't. And I can tell she's grown and she's happier and she's glowing and frickin' she's lost 30 pounds and I still feel like shiz. What is she doing and how can I do it? That is what it takes. Okay. Consistency, joy, passion, get clear on what you want, and then have your action plan and freaking just commit to it. It takes consistency, you guys. It does not take doing it here and there when you feel like it. Okay. I love you guys so much. Get off the call, do your purpose. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it. Share it in the threads. What's your purpose? What's your passion? How is this intertwining with it? What does it mean? And then every single day you get to work, show up with that intent. Because when you show up for a bigger reason, dude, fear, Satan, all of the negativity cannot stand up to that. I love that saying when it talks about, like, I'm the type of girl that when my feet hit the ground, Satan is like, oh no. Yes, we get to be that every single day. Let your feet hit the ground and have everything negative be like, oh no, she is a force to be reckoned with and she just got out of bed. It is game on, okay? Because we have that opportunity every day. And it doesn't have to be all day. Have that opportunity for an hour, for 2 hours. Be that focused and that intentional for 2 hours when you're showing up to work this. And then go be the best everything else that you do in life. Okay? Because that's all it takes. It doesn't take working all day to build whatever you want out of this. All right? Okay. I love you guys. I'm getting off. We have mentor calls. So if you have I think we're in our third week. If you have week 3 mentor calls, make sure you put a reminder on your phone and jump on. And National Wake Up Call. And I'll see you in the threads. Okay?